Hello, good day, and welcome to another reading of a chapter a day. Today is January 25th, and that's the chapter we will be reading today, chapter 25 of Genesis. So, I checked my website, my channel yesterday. I did not see any comments. As a matter of fact, I think I'm not able to find the comments, previous comments, but hey. However that works, I'm going to leave that alone and continue with my readings until, well, if God says differently or if He impresses on me to do otherwise. So, to recap chapter 24 from yesterday, Abraham is old, and he wants his servant to find Isaac, his son, a wife. And he gives him a commission to go out to a place where I believe it was his just go out and see if he can find someone more of who was not a Canaanite for sure. And his servant did exactly what he asked, and he prayed. So you see, sometimes people might come into your household or come into your life that were not originally or formerly Christians or believers, and your lifestyle and example can lead them to God. And I believe that's what happened with his servant. Let me see if I can find the name of his servant. It just said his eldest servant. Okay, so his eldest servant. So I guess he's the one to whom he allotted the care of his household because he could trust him. It could have been the same one he referred to, Eliezer, that was born into his household, who he believed would be his heir, seeing he had no child or children before. But I believe he may be the same one. So the servant, I'm not sure if he intentionally went into the city, into the country of Mesopotamia, but he did go, I guess, where he believed Abraham's kin may have been, and he prayed to God that God would show him kindness and help him, or help his master to find a wife for his son. And he made a little I don't want to call it a pact, but a little compromise with God. Lord, if the first damsel or person who comes can offer me a drink and offer to water my cattle, my camels at the same time, she will be the one. And lo and behold, here comes Rebecca. Remember, we heard that name mentioned in chapter 22 when they spoke about Abraham's brother Nahor, his wife Milcah having children, and then on and on the genealogy, and then Rebecca was mentioned. So here is Rebecca coming into play, and she came out to meet the stranger, and he did ask exactly as he said, and fair to look upon, as they say, and she did offer to give him water and to water his camels. And he was like, Eureka, thank you, Lord. And then her brother Laban came out, and they met the man, which was the servant. I guess the custom was when you have betrothed someone or have someone in line to marry, you gave them gifts of jewelry. So earrings, I guess maybe she had pierced ears, or I'm not sure how they put the earrings on her, and the bracelets on her hands, and they were really weighty, which means solid gold. I don't think they played in fake jewelry back then in the Bible. They got everything pure, straight off the earth from God, before greedy men were running around pilfering other people's countries for their gold and other jewels. They had it there at their disposal, and God used it when he built his temple. But they used it as a sign of betrothal, or a promise for marriage. So then Laban came out, her brother, they invited him home, and they wanted to kind of keep him for a couple of days, but he said, I want to get back to my master Abraham. And he said, please allow me to leave with the young lady. And I believe they honored him by saying, well, we'll ask Rebecca, And Rebekah agreed, and that was it. Saddled her up with her maidservant, and whatever goods they gave her blessings. If it's one thing, they always blessed the people in their homes, going and coming, and she received a blessing from them that she would be the mother of thousands of millions. That's a lot. And she left, and as they were heading back to where Isaac was, he came out and was coming toward them. She saw him. I think she liked him when she saw him. He maybe wasn't bad looking. She covered herself with a veil. See, women were very modest back then. He wasn't yet her husband, so he should not have been looking upon her. Yeah. So she covered herself, and Isaac, the servant explained to Isaac all that had happened. And so Isaac is not with Abraham, because remember, Abraham told him, don't bring him back here. So Isaac was going on to, and that's why I said to Sarah and Abraham were not in the same place when she died, because he seemed to be where his mother was, and he occupied his mother's tent, and Sarah became his wife. I'm sorry, Rebecca became his wife. Whew! Quite a chapter. It was a long chapter, longer than the others, but it was very interesting. So we see now Isaac is set up to have his own family and continue the lineage as God had promised Abraham and Sarah. So now into chapter 25. Then again, Abraham took a wife, and her name was Keturah, and she bare him Zimran and Jokshan and Medan and Midian and Ishbak and Shua. And Jokshan begat Sheba and Dedan, and the sons of Dedan were Ashurim and Letushim and Leumim, and the sons of Midian, Ephah and Epher and Hanok and Abidah and Eldah. All these were the children of Keturah. And Abraham gave all that he had unto Isaac, and unto the sons of the concubines which Abraham had, Abraham gave gifts, and sent them away from Isaac his son, while he yet lived, eastward unto the east country. And these are the days of the years of Abraham's life, which he lived, 160 years. Then Abraham gave up the ghost, and died in a good old age, an old man and full of years, and was gathered to his people. And his sons Isaac and Ishmael buried him in the cave of Machpelah, in the field of Ephron, the son of Zohar, the Hittite, which is before Mamre, the field which Abraham purchased of the sons of Heth. There was Abraham buried, and Sarah his wife. And it came to pass after the death of Abraham that God blessed his son Isaac, and Isaac dwelt by the well Lahairoi. Now these are the generations of Ishmael, Abraham's son, whom Hagar the Egyptian, Sarah's handmaid, bare unto Abraham. And these are the names of the sons of Ishmael by their names, according to their genealogy, to their generations. The firstborn of Ishmael, Nebajoth, and Kedar, and Abdil, and Mibsam, and Mishma, and Dumah, and Massa, Hadar, and Timah, Jetur, Naphish, and Kedama. These are the sons of Ishmael, and these are their names by their towns, and by their castles, 12 princes according to their nations. And these are the years of the life of Ishmael, 137 years. And he gave up the ghost and died, and was gathered unto his people. And they dwelt from Havilah unto Shur, that is, before Egypt, as thou goest toward Assyria. And he died in the presence of all his brethren. And these are the generations of Isaac, Abraham's son. Abraham begat Isaac, and Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel the Syrian of Padan Aram, the sister to Laban the Syrian. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife, because she was barren. And the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived. And the children struggled together within her. And she said, If it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like an hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man, dwelling in tents. And Isaac loved Esau, because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. And Jacob sowed a pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, Feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. And Jacob said, Sell me this day thy birthright. And Esau said, Behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me? And Jacob said, Swear to me this day. And he sware unto him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils, and he did eat and drink, and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. And that's the end of the reading for chapter 25 of Genesis. Thank you all again for viewing, and until our next reading, take care. Bye.